What's up? I'm Ricky Ziegelman, and I am one of the co-founders and producers at Harp Theatricals, which, if you don't know, is Hayden and Ricky Productions. We are a New York City-based theater company that is dedicated to producing new and original work that is reflective of the social and political climate. Since the COVID-19 pandemic, we've transitioned from being New York City-based to everywhere-based since everything's virtual. Thank you so much for tuning in to our virtual reading of Death and Taxes by Clara Bierman and Brooke Trum under the direction of Maggie Monahan. This show's got a revolution, it's about capitalism, we're gonna eat the rich tonight, it's funny, it's got awesome music, you guys are in for an absolute treat. While there's no price for admission, there is a suggested $5 donation to be an arts hero. You can make a donation and learn more about our organization below. I think that's all I've got for now. My producing partner Hayden will be back at the end for some closing remarks and how to follow us on all social media. Until then, enjoy the show, happy holidays, and we'll see you next year. Bye!
Death and Taxes. Music by Brooke Trum, book and lyrics by Claire Bierman. La characters. Pantina, the nobility. Janelle, the philanthropist. Ivy, the peasant. Le setting. A countryside manor in the Normandy region of France, on top of a hill, 1770. Lights up on an extremely fancy banquet hall. Two women sit at a huge and overflowing table. Janelle is humming along with the anthem.
Will you stop that incessant humming, Janelle? I can't hear myself eat.
I'm sorry, sweet Pantina. I can't get it out of my head. I was in town on important womanish business, and the farmers were singing it all day as they gathered in the town square.
Oh, this philanthropy of yours certainly puts you in the muck of it all. Well, what the farmers lack in social drive, they certainly make up for in a charming melody.
They're good people, deserving of a little kindness.
Oh, don't talk about politics over food, Janelle. It's uncouth.
I'm your friend, but consider their point for a moment. Just as the taxation of the peasants provides for your lifestyle, perhaps so too should the taxation of the wealthier individuals provide some protections for them. So they say.
Janelle, don't be Scandinavian about this. How is it that I could give the taxes, seeing as I am the one who receives the taxes?
Everyone pays taxes. Pantina, recently I heard it said that the only certainties in life are death and taxes.
That quote is obviously a bit abridged for brevity and flow. It is more accurate to say, nothing is certain, blah, 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 death and taxes unless you're us. You and I are powerful women. We've made our success through hard work of our own. So why should we stay tightly bound by societal rules, which we may or we may not condone? We're providing the poor some stability, and their safety demands status quo. So if any of them were to find it a problem, it would just prove how little they know. There are great and many rules, but not for me. There are fundamental truths, inevitably, but you must ignore those you've heard before with certain certainty. They don't apply to you, and certainly not to me. Working people are often like artichokes. Though the process is terribly slow, they will bloom to satisfied farmer folks if you only allow them to grow. Though it's tempting to fertilize, help them along is a trap you consistently find yourselves in. They think they want handouts, but we understand that a handout is cheating and not how you win. I don't offer provision, but rather protection, so only a fool will prefer insurrection. A modest collection is all that is due to me. They should learn poverty is opportunity.
But what can be done for the ones with no gold to give?
When they are told to give, they've options such as these. Give us money, go to jail, or make us cheese.
Cheese?
Cheese.
Cheese.
We save them from danger, disease, and frustration. All we ask in return is their apologies and patience. Obviously, it's a healthy taxation.
For every one of them.
Life can be painful and unfair, but not for me.
I think I see if I am rich, it they don't apply to you, and certainly
Not to me.
How wonderful it is then to be you and I, and how fortunate to not be not us.
Yes. So while I appreciate your philanthropic efforts on behalf of the poor, the freakish, the left-handed, etc., etc., I will not be contributing.
Indulge me. I have a guest who I believe may make a more compelling argument than I can. A farmer. Come now.
Janelle fetches Ivy at the door and locks it behind her.
Good afternoon. Oh, it smells horrible in here. Do you smell that? like vinegar and thick old perfume. I brought some cheeses from my goats as a gift.
An old friend of mine from childhood. Her mother was the cook for my family growing up, so dear Ivy and I spent years playing together, inventing worlds in the fields and the falconry and the north atrium and the east atrium and the west atrium and the... Never did quite make it to the south atrium.
Oh, the south atrium is where her mother would rendezvous with the topiarist.
How refreshing. Good afternoon! I am happy to welcome you into Chateau Pantina.
Thank you for having me. It's a beautiful home.
Oh, and so observant. Hilarious.
It might benefit you to hear of the life of a true and honest peasant. Of course, I help Ivy, but there are many others who cannot be helped without much more money. Well, of course, I'm comfortable, but you are much more comfortable than I.
Go on then.
Thank you very much for the audience. Sometimes it pays to put on a bit of a show. I wake before sunrise. I roll off my hay. The floorboard puts splinters in my bare feet. And I can't buy new shoes, 'cause the goats would just eat them. I fed them my pillows, my mattress, my coat, but it's never enough. No, it's never enough. I sit at the table. My breakfast is mud. The leftover mud will be put in a sandwich. Then I pack my mud lunch and slip in a note. It says, try to be happy, Ivy. Love your friend Ivy, but it's never enough. No, it's never enough. And the goats so wretched, with square, starving eyes, they seem to say slaughter would give some relief. Forgive me, goats, for I must make the cheese, so I must grab the udder, and the udder goes. So back to the farmhouse, my feet start to drag, and that hurts, 'cause remember, the goats ate my shoes. I must work like an ox just to live like a person. I've given my body, my soul crushed to sand, but it's never enough. No, it's never enough. No, it's never enough. No.
Oh, how awful.
Really does yank at the heartstrings.
I am moved. I am devastated. I am enraged. Oh, yes, certainly, I am enraged. But most of all, I am sorry.
So, you see, with your contribution, people like Ivy.
I will give you something more valuable than money. Perspective. If I help you, the whole countryside would be lined up at my door with a sad song, and there's just not enough money to go around to please everyone, and this would lead to more unrest and then anarchy. No! We are a peaceful people. If you want to sit where I am, no matter who you are, it can be earned through hard work and a good attitude. And so, your role as a peasant, though small, is actually quite necessary.
Of course. I understand you very clearly. I don't love doing this, but as she said, I must play my role. When I make cheese, the secret ingredient is rennet, found in the stomach lining of the cow. It only takes one drop of rennet to turn an entire bucket of milk into cheese. Today, I am a small drop of rennet, but with hard work, I can turn the entire world into wonderful cheese.
Yes, precisely! It all comes from the simple, unassuming, overlooked, disgusting stomach of a cow. I can tell you're not what you seem. You're smart for a peasant. You have drive and a dream. You have a talent, the kind I prefer. What a treat! So let's eat with a grand affineur.
An affineur is a person who ages cheese for a living.
How delicious!
Thank you very.
Ooh, how divine!
I'm happy
Oh,
that.
this I should adore. How I wish we had more and several more bottles of wine.
May I recommend.
With a hard-working farmer, with a sickle or pitchfork or plow, with a roquefort or brie, it's a source that's the key, the stomach of the cow.
This is a Pont l'Evêque. Everything we eat is terribly enticing. Simmered meats and sugar treated royal icing cheese, piled up like a dragon soared into the sky. You're kidding. This one has a flavor ever we can finish. This one has a subtle raisin after finish. Now I'm getting close to veil. Scottish pie. All the French I am detecting something grassy. This tastes like there's one another starts to pass me. All the flavors come together. No, don't ask me how. I will do a crumb. Yummy, yummy, yum. And I think it's from the stomach of the humble cow. How nice it must be to be mindless and awful. They weep and play tourist in a day in my life. How sad when you're rich, you stink like a hog, and no one will tell you, but everyone knows. I've lived with the hogs, and I've lived with the cows, and I've lived with the geese, and I've lived with the hens, and I've lived with the rats, and I've lived with the worms. Even worms treat me better than either of them. Everything we eat is terribly enticing. Simmered meats and sugar treated royal icing cheese. Like a dragon soaring to the sky. This one has a now I'm getting close to veil. Scottish pie. They will always be glad for the stomach. But to get to the stomach, one must kill the whole beast.
What?
And all of it comes from the stomach of the cow. The stomach of the.
Ivy stabs
Oh
Pantina.
dear God! What the fuck have you done? You mean I should have expected as much from a dirty slop pig!
Listen, what do you hear? From every hill in Normandy, I hear their voices. Stand with me, never stumble again.
Shut up!
We fight for brighter horizons, a land not for kings but men. Rise from the soil like wheat into morning sun. From the barnyards and the orchards, the harvest has begun. Farmers together today.
You have nothing! You are nothing! But I am dead!
Dead.
Dead.
Her reign of terror has come to an end. Oh, dear Ivy, well done. Oh, she never suspected a thing.
You, of course, you helped. The chest thumping thing was totally improvised. Where do I come up with this stuff?
Our lives tomorrow could be anything we choose. All the country treated equally,
And everyone gets shoes.
for when the many work together.
We are ready for a fight. Oh, Janelle, can't you just tell? We're making history tonight.
This is revolution, I can hear its beating sound. This is our revolution, and we're coming back around.
When we are equal, how your life, Janelle, will change.
Utter freedom.
Feel the earth beneath your feet, running free upon the range.
Oh, like
And you
a
won't
chicken.
suffer powdered wings or corsets anymore. We can help each other. That's what friends are for.
Those examples are delightful, but they're just examples, right? My life might change to that, but it might not.
It'll change for the better, that you can be sure of. But it must change some. I mean, you're rich.
How could you use that horrible word with me? I'm comfortable, certainly financially secure, sure, blessed. Well, who could argue?
Okay, well, I eat mud.
I assumed you said that for dramatics.
I didn't.
Fine. I'm better off than you, perhaps, but you can't take from me like I'm one of those opulent fools.
You knew what we were fighting for. You fought with us. You stood by our side.
Exactly. Why would you punish the one who's helping you? I'm not your enemy. Because of me, Pantina's blood is staining through the floor, just as we agree it should. And we agree that I am not Pantina, to be sure. Yes, I'm rich, but I am good. If I stay wealthy, there's so much more that we could do. Hasn't my hard work always benefited you? I know you want revolution and you're rising from the ground, but perhaps this revolution might leave some of us around. Sorry, Ivy, I don't understand. How could you turn on me after everything we planned? I won't let you start a war. I want what's best for us, 'cause that's what friends are for.
Exactly. This is what's best for everyone.
Yes, but not like this! I think that you and Pantina share much more than she and I. You both lie around all day, watching clouds pass in the sky. You both happily can waste away in the fields or smelling flowers. Meanwhile, I've been the one working. Meanwhile, I've put in the hours. You would gladly reap the benefits while I have provided. And yet you are still ungrateful. So here's what I have decided. I think I'll become successor. Someone with brains really should. Someone diligent and not afraid of paying for the greater good.
Janelle smashes her own face on the banquet table.
Janelle, help! Oh my God! Quickly! Shut up! I'm right here! What is wrong with you? Do you want them to catch us? The peasant has a knife! Please, don't do this. Don't worry. I'll tell your story. The revolutionaries will all know how you heroically slayed Pantina. And then you went cuckoo bananas and attempted to murder the rebellion's greatest financial supporter. Best friend. Tragic. I'll be hanged. Your revolution is my revolution now. You don't know revolution. When one queen dies, another's crowned. You can't have revolution without it coming back around. Sorry, Ivy, I know how hard you tried, but you're not getting anywhere. From my side. Don't look so sad. Get off that dirty floor. I'm doing what's best for us, 'cause that's what friends are for. Now sing along. I know you know the words. You taught them to me. Stand with me. Never stumble again. We fight for brighter horizons. A land not for kings but men. All together we rise.
Ivy finds her knife and realizes what she has to do. Just before she kills Janelle, blackout.
Hi there, I'm Hayden Anderson, producer and co-founder of Harp Theatricals. Thank you so much for joining us this evening for our virtual reading of Death and Taxes. We hope that you enjoyed the show just as much as we enjoyed putting it together with our wonderful creative team. As a reminder, if you haven't already, please head to beanartshero.com to donate and to support them in their efforts to push the United States Senate to allocate proportionate relief to the arts and culture sector of the American economy. Congress just announced a huge relief bill, but it's still not nearly enough to help many arts workers who have been hit so hard by the COVID-19 pandemic. So please, please, please head to the link in the description to donate. If you'd like to keep up with Harp Theatricals, you can find us online at harptheatricals.com or on all social media at Harp Theatricals. Thank you so much for joining us once again.